sir. We live, we back, man. Welcome back, or just welcome. If it's your first time here, I'm your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. This is the Golden Goose DFS experience. We are the leaders in single entry, 3 max, and 20 max content. But have no fear, man. No matter your style of play, whether you're 150 max, a cash game player, head to head, does not matter, man. This is one of the best spots you can be in if you're playing NFL and NBA DFS. All right, NBA right around the corner, man. You know that's why I made my hay over there on NBA DFS. So go on and get in here right now, man. Hit that subscribe button, turn notification bells on so you can be here rocking with us, man. Also, do me one small favor: hit that like button. It really goes a long way to help the channel grow, man. It's greatly appreciated, and I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. All right. This is my third and goal slate analysis show where I'm going to bring you 3 plays that I'm looking at as far as stacks, running backs, and tight ends. I give you a couple of receivers in there, but I don't want to give away too much, man. If you want access to the complete player pool, my live stream before lock on the Sunday's main slate, man, the Patreon link is down below. Go on over and click on that thing, man, and officially join the gang. All right. Let's get into it, man. Y'all know I don't like to hold you long. NFL Week 5. Let's talk about it. At the top, quarterbacks. Man, it's a lot of good, solid quarterback options. The chalk is everybody's really selling in on Purdy and Love as being your highest on chalks. Not really gonna touch on Love. I don't mind some Purdy. He's your first QB right here. Brock Purdy, 6,200, man. I'm not the hugest Purdy fan, but I think this is more of a situational play and just like the game script. The 49ers have the highest team implied team total on the slate, right at 28 and a half, pushing 29 points. And everybody, Jordan Mason is coming in 48% on, 45% on, around there, pushing 50%. I think going Brock Purdy and just stacking the receivers here is a great way to get leverage on all Jordan Mason lineups, man. And you know who to stack them with here. For me, it's always one or the other. I really never go Debo and Ayuk. I usually choose between one of the two, and then I'll pair him with Jennings or Kittle or even a running back sometimes. Not particularly in this case, but I think it's perfectly fine if you want to stack Purdy with Mason and get to the receivers, just get this whole offensive game. I think that is perfectly fine, but I'm trying to pivot away from some of that Mason ownership, so I won't do it here in this particular build. I will have some builds with it, but more than likely, I'm probably just going Debo and George Kittle here. Pardon me. Going Debo and George Kittle, stacking them with Brock Purdy. Like I said, if you want to throw Jordan Mason in here with it, I'm perfect. I'm fine with that. But the purpose of this stack and this particular lineup in the video, I'm trying to get away from some of that Jordan Mason ownership. And I think just going Purdy here with Samuel and Kittle's Purdy double stacks is the way to do it. Whether you want to go Ayuk here, he's been struggling. Definitely not going to garner any ownership here in this spot. That's another great way to get access to this 49ers game and get a low on piece that maybe not a lot of people are going to. So you want to attack this game, it's going to be pretty chalky. I think going Brandon Ayuk and Kittle, or maybe even Ayuk and Jennings, I wouldn't necessarily wouldn't want to go that far, but getting Ayuk in your stackers, I think he's going to be the lower on piece of this 49ers offense and a chalky offensive team that everybody's getting to. So, like getting the Ayuk here if you want to get different. But Brock Purdy, one of my first QBs in my player pool this week. Second QB I got queued up for you. I know he's struggled in this matchup before in the past, and there's always tough defensive games, but I can't help but look at Joe Burrow here in this spot at 6,400. I think he's going a little overlooked here in this spot. I know it's always a tough matchup, but Vegas knows that. The totals it's the highest team total on the slate, man. 51 points here in this spot, and it's projected to be a close game. With I think the Ravens are 2.5 point favorites, maybe 2 right now, depending on where you're shopping at. But Joe Burrow, man, strong implied team total right at 24 points. They're expecting this game to be a shootout. Maybe we get a little back and forth here. I like getting the Joe Burrow at 6,400, and it's just going to be very simple for me. I'm just going to keep doing the same double stack, man. Chasing Higgins. I ain't gonna fool around with the tight ends. You can go to try to get All Right or Gasecki, whichever tight end is gonna be. If I go anybody else, it'll be Yoshi Voss here. So it'll be Chase and Yoshi Voss or Higgins and Yoshi Voss. But I love getting to the double stack with Chase and Higgins. Kind of pricey, but we got enough value at receiver this week. Whole lot of value at receiver. We can fit it in here, man. So I like going Joe Burrow double stacks. I think it's going too low on given the situation and given the Vegas implied team total. I get it. Everybody want to go to Love and Purdy, those high-powered offenses, but I stay around that same pay range and go to Joe Burrow, man. He very solid implied team total. Like I said, him and Love have very similar implied team total thing right at 24, 25 points. So could be very similar plays. I take the chances here. Probably be more of a 20 max play for me, but I like getting the Joe Burrow double stacks here. I think they're gonna come in too low on in this spot, especially with the Ravens being more of a pass funnel defense. And at your final spot, your QB that I think is going a little bit under on as well. I'm gonna look at Jaden Daniels here, 6,800. Been playing well so far, man. One of the best starts ever for a rookie QB in their first 4 games. I know you've been seeing the headlines. Now you get him in this matchup. Could be a tougher defensive matchup against the Cleveland Browns here. I know they traditionally had one of the tougher defenses, but we'll see, man. They haven't really looked dominant these first 4 games to me. Tough losses against teams like the Raiders. So I'm not too concerned about this Browns defense. And they're a little banged up over there. So I go right back to Jaden Daniels at 6,800. He's in that same price range. He's only a few more dollars more expensive than Love. And he's right there around Brock Purdy's price range, and nobody's getting to him. This is still a solid implied team total, 24 points here for the Commanders. So Vegas thinks they're going to score on this Browns offense. I think they're going to score on this Browns offense as well. I mean, this Browns defense as well. Like, I don't think it's that tough. They haven't really played that much they haven't even played some of the tougher offenses. So I still think it's a lot to figure out with this Browns defense. So I don't mind taking some chances on Daniels right here going against them. And it's probably going to be a skinny stack with me, not even going to mess around. Give me Terry McLaurin here. If I'm not opposed to a double stack. If Noah Brown is good to go, I would throw him in here at 3,800. I'm not opposed to a double stack, but more than likely it's going to be Terry McLaurin, man. That chemistry is building. They shaping up. They finally getting to know each other, getting that timing down. You've seen Terry McLaurin perform well the last couple of weeks. Now, undoubtedly, the Browns are going to be keying on them here, but I still think we can make it work, man. I don't mind going Jaden Daniels skinny stacks. If you in a larger field contest or his ownership picks up, you think he's going to be a little higher on than you like, double him up here with Noah Brown. All right? Now, let's get to your running backs. Man, running backs, very similar situation. Like I said, like I told you on the QB side, Jordan Mason is getting all the ownership. Him and Kyron Williams are shaping up to be your 2 highest owned running backs on this slate. And that's why for me, my first running back, I don't mind going right back to Derrick Henry. 7,800. People don't want to pay for him coming off that monster game. I get it. He thinks he's due for a little regression. He can't continue to run that hot and run that well. But I would beg to differ in this spot, man. You got him coming in. Like I said, he's one of the lower owned running backs on the slate. People that are paying up are going to Purdy and Kyron Williams. The Cincinnati Bengals has one of the worst rushing, if not the worst rushing defense in the NFL, man. They're giving up over 140 yards rushing a game. Now you coming in here with this vaunted Ravens rushing attack, man. I think they're going to see plenty of Derrick Henry, and I would take some shots on him against one of the worst run defenses in the NFL right now. That's why I like getting the Burrow stacks, man. I think your Burrow doubles, you can run it back with Henry right here in this spot. Because I see them definitely trying to give him 20 plus touches and just pound the Bengals into submission on the ground here. I like going back to Derrick Henry, especially if I'm getting them at lower ownership. You know who's getting the goal line carries. Lamar may get a couple of them, but the workload is there. Maybe not as guaranteed as Kyron Williams and Jordan Mason, but I definitely think he's the perfect pivot to Jordan Mason because Jordan Mason doesn't get any real work in the passing game, similar to Derrick Henry. Kyron Williams can hurt you because he gets that passing game work, but Derrick Henry, perfect fade to Jordan Mason, perfect leverage play for Jordan Mason here, man. Sign me up for some Derrick Henry at 7,800. I don't mind going back to the well here in this spot. Your second running back, I think, is perfect leverage from all that Jordan Love chalk, man. Give me Josh Jacobs here. The Rams can give it up on the ground as well. The Packers have been running the ball well. Jacobs had over 100 yards last week. He just hasn't really found the end zone. I think this could be the spot here against this battered and bruised Rams team, man. If we can get down to that goal line, if he can steal 2 goal line touchdowns for us right here, man, I think that'll give us the perfect leverage we need for all those Jordan Love stacks. The Green Bay Jordan Love stack is probably going to be one of the higher owned stacks of the week, man. It's going to be your chalkiest stack. I think going to Josh Jacobs here, man, is a perfect leverage off of those Jordan Love stacks. I like this Green Bay offense this week, but I don't mind getting to either part of it, man. If you want to go Jordan Love and stack him with Jacobs and Reed or something like that and just go this whole Packers offense, I'm okay with that. But in any lineup, I'm not getting to Jordan Love. I'm going to be looking to get some Josh Jacobs, man. He's one of my top running back plays this week, all right? And then rounding out a guy, I don't know, he's getting low ownership. Y'all just refuse to go back to him, but I will go right back to Chuba Hubbard, 6,100. Listen, I have no problem taking on this Bears defense. I know they're a tough defense. They're solid, but that's more so in the passing game, man. They're giving up over 120 yards rushing per game so far this season. And I think with Andy Dalton under the hand, we've all seen this Carolina offense have a little life, a little juice to it. Chuba Hubbard averaging 24 touches the last 2 weeks. I would definitely take that here against this Bears defense. Like I said, I think it's tough to pass on them, so it will funnel them more to the run. So it could be a few extra touches to Chuba Hubbard. Maybe get 26 in this matchup, 27, who knows? But I definitely think you could take your shots on against this Bears rushing defense, and that's what I'm going to do right here with Chuba Hubbard at 6,100. I'll go right back to the well, man. His workload is up there with the Kyron Williams and the Jordan Masons, man. He's getting those guys. He's getting touches similar to those guys. That offense ain't as good as those guys, but he's getting those touches. He's going to get the goal line work. Sign me up for Chuba Hubbard right here at 6,100. All right. Now, let's touch on a couple of receivers for you. I like to give you too many, man. We'll give you 2 right here. First up, the first guy I'm going to look at is Josh Downs, 5,100. I think this is the perfect spot. And the thing I like about this play, we waiting on Anthony Richardson news. Now, if Flacco plays, Flacco going to be in my player pool, I'm telling you. He's going to be in a lot of people's player pool because just the way he lit it up last year, he should be in a lot of people player pool. If not, I definitely take it to myself. All right. But Joe Flacco lighting it up last year. And you saw he's fully capable of that. This Colts offense has some juice. I think he's capable of running it. And Josh Downs is the downfield target. He is the deep threat. So I like him regardless. Even if let's say Anthony Richardson is in, I still like playing Josh Downs because Anthony Richardson has tough time with the intermediate stuff. That's why Pittman seems to struggle when he's with Anthony Richardson. He throws a great deep ball, and Josh Downs is running the deep routes. All we need to do is connect on one 50, 60-yard TD. We are in there. So I like playing Josh Downs regardless of the quarterback situation. If it's Anthony Richardson, definitely give me because he's going to be lower on. If it's Flacco, the ownership is going to pick up. Everybody's going to go over there, but that still bodes well for him. I like getting the Josh Downs regardless of who the QB is this week. Like I said, if Anthony Richardson, the QB, is going to help us out as far as ownership-wise. So give me Josh Downs at 5,100 here. And your second running back I'm going to give you, your second wide receiver I'm looking at, with it looking more and more likely like Malik Neighbors is going to be out. We're seeing Rondell Robinson and who is that? Darius, is it Slayton over there? Yeah, Darius Slayton picking up some ownership with Neighbors missing practice again on Thursday. We have to see how it goes with Friday's practice. But Rondell Robinson and I just said tonight. Wandale Robinson and Darius Slayton, maybe even some Jalen Hyatt. These guys are going to pick up tremendous ownership if Neighbors misses. More than likely Wandale Robinson because he was seeing all those intermediate routes and just dinking and dunking down the field. He's going to be the more popular option. But for me, if that's the case and he is out, everybody's going over there. I don't mind going to these Rams and just going to Tutu Atwell. I would take him over Wan'Dale Robinson. He's shaping up to be the number one for the Rams with no Puka and no Cup over there. He's cheaper than Wan'Dale Robinson. They have a higher implied team total than the Giants over here. So I would rather get to this Rams offense and take me a shot or two right here with Tutu Atwell at 4,900. Like I said, they're going to try to run the ball and slow the game down. That's another reason I don't mind getting away from some Jordan Love stack. The Rams are going to try to run this ball and slow the game down. If they can be successful, that's going to hurt the possessions and the time of possession for the Green Bay Packers. So I definitely think you can get to some of this Rams offense here in this spot. I do think they move the ball. They're going to get some red zone opportunities. And Tutu Atwell is the number one target here. So I like getting to him at 4,900. All right, there you have it, man. Two receivers for you to look at, Tutu Atwell and Josh Downs. But definitely going to need that Malik Neighbor news, all right? Tight end, man, the shit show that is tight end. Roll the dice, play who you like is what I'm gonna tell you, man. It gets rough out here. You know I'm gonna have some Kittle. I talked about the Brock Purdy stack at the beginning of the video. My only other pay up option I'm gonna get to here in this spot, I don't mind going back to Brock Bowers here. Number 2 target behind Devontae Adams, possibly the number 1 target because I don't think Devontae Adams is playing this week. It's a whole lot of turmoil over there. They're saying he may not play another down in a Raiders uniform. That being said, they're going to leave Brock Bowers here. And with Jacoby Myers out there garnering some certain coverage and any other receiver they got out there, I think this can lend itself to more targets for Brock Bowers here at 5,500. And I'll just go back to him. It wouldn't shock me if he sees double digit targets here in this spot. So one of my favorite pay up options at tight end outside of George Kittle. All right. Your next tight end is going to be chalky, but just the offense. Tucker Kraft right here for the Green Bay Packers, 3,500. It's tight end, man. It's rough, man. You got to spray and pray at tight end. Just pick who you like. A lot of times I'm looking to pay down at tight end because you just got to hope you get lucky and fall into the tight end touchdown this week. Sign me up for Tucker Kraft on a high-powered offense that is expected to score here in this spot. I don't mind getting to him. He's going to be chalky, but I'm okay with it. As you can see, I'm going to be trying to fade Love and Mason and some of the other chalkier pieces, so I'm okay with this chalk piece at tight end and Tucker Kraft here. And then my last piece, man, I'm going to wait on this Cleveland news. Going against the Washington Commanders here. If David Njoku plays, it is Njoku for me. If not, I would just go Jordan Akins. I expect him to be down in this matchup. You saw me talk about Jaden Daniels on the QB side. I expect him to be playing from behind. And even though this Cleveland offense just has not looked good so far this year, having to play from behind is going to lead to more passing opportunities and more possible targets for the tight end. The Cleveland Browns is a team that do use their tight end somewhat in their offense. They use it more when Njoku is there. That's why I'm hoping for I'm hoping it's Njoku. That'll be my third and final pay up tight end option on the week more than likely. But if it's not, I have no problem going back to Jordan Akins. All right. There you have it, gang. That's your third and goal this week, the slate analysis. Y'all know any questions, comments, or concerns, put them down below in the comments section. You can hit me up on Twitter. Whatever the case may be, man, I'll respond as soon as I see it. That's going to do it for us here today. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.